Hey everyone, so I wanted to do a video to help you with the notes for Wednesday. So you should be, Myra, sorry, I'm recording this at my house, so you may hear the dogs. What you're going to need is you're going to need the slope practice packet. It should have this page, and then the second page should be the equations of lines, and then on the very back it'll have the point slope form. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on this page here, and we're going to be talking about slope. So what you need is your calculator and you need a pencil because you are doing this while I do it. So if we think back to slope, no, I didn't. This is the page that should be on the front. So flip to this page. So when we talk about slope, if you remember back to Algebra 1, we had different types of slopes. We had this slope where if you think you're on a roller coaster, you're going up. This is a positive slope. And then if you're on a roller coaster and you're going this way, you're going down the hill. So this is a negative slope. This is a horizontal line. So this has a zero slope. And this last slope, straight up and down, is undefined. So what we can do is we can determine the slope of a graph, or, a slope of 2 points. So to find the slope, remember we refer to slope as m, we can do rise over run. So to find rise over run for number 1, we're going to start at point A and we're going to count the blocks up to give us our rise and then count how many blocks over for our run. So for here, if we count up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we went up 4, so that's a positive 4. And we went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a positive 5 because we are moving over into the positive x direction. All right, let's do number 2 together for a refresher. So this is our slope. Let's start at P. We're going 1, 2, 3 down. So we went down 3. And if we go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we went over 6. So we went in the positive direction. So this is a positive 6. Negative 3 over 6 reduces to negative 1/2. All right. Finish these two because I am going over here. So if you need to stop the video, that's absolutely fine. Another way to find slope is using the slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So it doesn't matter what point you use first. So you can do like y1 minus y2 and x1 minus x2. Doesn't matter, just as long as they're the same on the top and the bottom. So let's try number 5. All right. So name an x1, y1, x2, y2. So in our formula, we're doing our y's. So negative 1 minus 5 over 6 minus negative 2. All right. Negative 1 minus 5 is negative 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. We can reduce that to negative 3 over 4. All right. I'm sure you're okay doing 6, 7, and 8. All right. So finish this page. You can pause me because I am going on to the back. Excuse me. This is the exact same thing as the front. It's just more practice. So if you can find the slope of the following lines on this full page, because I'm going to move on. If you have any questions, feel free to look at more videos. But I think that this is a good Algebra 1 topic that we're okay with. So I'm going to move on to equations of lines because this is something that I want to spend more time on. So we have different types of ways that you can write an equation of a line. So the first one we're going to talk about right now is slope-intercept form. So if you think about slope-intercept, it's y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. All right, I just abbreviated. So we all remember this y equals mx plus b, right? I hope so. So if we have number 1, we want to write the equation of this line. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to find the slope. So what is our slope? Well, just like we did on the last page, we need to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Our rise is 4, and we went over 1, 2. What does this reduce to? It reduces to 2, so our slope is 2. Now we need to determine what our y-intercept is. So this is our x-axis, this is our y-axis. Where does this line cross the y-axis? It's at 1, 2, 3, -3. And all we do is plug this in. Y equals 2x minus 3. Done. All right, I'm going to do another one with you. So here we need to find our slope. So let's find our slope. 1, 2, 3, 4. We went up 4, and we went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5. If you look at this, even though 4 isn't negative, it's still representing as a whole fraction of -4 over 5. So think about it too. Like say if you didn't get -4 over 5 and you did positive over 4 over 5, check by looking at the line. If you were on a roller coaster, are you going up or down the slope or the roller coaster ramp? You're going down, so it should be negative. So our B again is where does it cross the y-intercept? So we have 1, 2, -2. So y equals -4 over 5, x minus 2. And we're good. All right, so finish next 2 because I'm moving down to standard form. So standard form is when an equation is written up like this. So we say that it's a x plus, no. I actually forget how to write standard form. Now I gotta think because I don't have my notes with me. Yeah, it's ax plus by is equal to c, but you don't know what a, b, and c represent. So like we can't say that, oh, a is our slope. No, because up above our form is y equals mx plus b. So a, b, and c here just represent numbers. So if you think here, this is a, this is b, this is c. So if you have equation written like this, you have to write it in y equals mx plus b to decide what is your slope and what is your b-intercept. So for this equation here, how do we rewrite this for y equals mx plus b? Well, we need to get y by itself, so we subtract x. So y equals -x plus 6. Our slope is -1, and our b is 6. All right, let's try number 8. So for this one, we have a number in front of the x and y. So it's still the same step. The first thing you want to do is get y by itself. So subtract by 5x on both sides. So 2y is equal to -5x minus 2. Next thing we're going to do is divide by 2. All right, so 2 divided by 2 is 1, and then we get -5 over 2x. -2 divided by 2 is -1, and that's our equation. And we're good. So take a couple of minutes, finish the last 4 on this page because I'm going to the last section of the notes for today, and it is the point slope formula. So when you think of point slope formula, we're given a point and we're given a slope, and we need to plug those in to write an equation. So we have we have y2 minus y1 is equal to x2 minus x1, and there's supposed to be an m in between there, I'm sorry. I'm like off of it today. So yeah, just like the slope formula, it doesn't matter what y or x comes first as long as you're consistent. So if y2 comes first here, x2 has to come first here, okay? So you just need to be consistent. So once you plug in, it says make sure you distribute and solve for y. So let's try number 1. So we plug this into our formula. It doesn't matter which y you plug it in for, y2 or y1, as long as you're consistent. So let's say we want to plug it in for the first one. So 4 minus y is equal to 2, 1 minus x. Is my places the same place? Like, does the number come first and then the variable? Yes. So now we can distribute and solve. 4 minus y is equal to 2 minus 2x. Subtract by 4. Negative y is equal to negative 2 minus 2x. Divide by a negative. Y is equal to 2 plus 2x. So you can just write this a little bit better. So y is equal to 2x plus 2. Our slope is 2. Our b is also 2. All right, let's try another one. So let's, instead of putting the point first, let's put the point in where y, x, and y1 are. So we have y, oh my gosh, I did this whole one wrong. Did anybody see my mistake? So what I did here is I put my x for my y and not the other way around. And I'm not stopping the video and remaking this. So let's just fix it quick. All right. So here's our y and here's our x. So 1 minus y is equal to 2 times 4 is 8 minus 2x. All right. Subtract by 1. Subtract by 1. So we have negative y is equal to 7 minus 2x. Divide by negative. So y is equal to negative 7 plus 2x. Write it nice. 2x minus 7. Our slope is 2. And our y-intercept is negative 7. Much better. Darla. Hey, stop it. All right. So like I said, let's do this one where we plug in our point here for x1 and y1. So it's y minus 4 equals our slope, which is 1/2, x minus 2. So we have y minus 4 is equal to 1/2 x minus, what's 1/2 times negative 2? Just negative 1. Add 4, add 4. Y equals 1/2 x plus 3. And our slope is 1/2, and our y-intercept is 3. So it's a little bit nicer when you plug in for the second y in the equation here. So like y1 and y2. y1 and y2. Because you don't have to rewrite the equation. Unlike this one where we substitute in for x2 and y2, that we had to rewrite it at the end. So let me do one more example with you. So what we need to do is we need to find the equation, but we're not given the slope. We're just given 2 points. So what we can do is we can just name this as x1, y1, x2, y2, plug it into our equation up above, and then solve for slope, and then just plug it back in. So here we have negative 1 minus 7 is equal to m1 plus 3. So we get negative 8 is equal to m times 4. Divide by 4. We get m is equal to negative 2. All right. So we can't plug it into y equals mx plus b because we don't know what b is. So what we have to do is we just plug it back into our point slope form. But we just use 1 point. So we have y plus 1, because it's y minus negative 1, is equal to negative 2 x minus 1. So y plus 1 is equal to negative 2x plus 2. Subtract by 1. Y is equal to negative 2x plus 1. And b is 1. All right. So that is the lesson for today. I hope that this is helpful. If you're still struggling, watch a video again or try to research stuff online. There's a lot of videos about point slope and slope intercept and slope. So let's see if she'll wake up. Come here, Mama. Can you see her? Hey, Mama. She was sleeping. All right. So enjoy the video. See you guys later.